Hey guys, how's it going? This is part two in a two-part video series on country music history. This is from a class I did a few years ago. So last time we covered the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, and this week we're going to start with the 1970s and work our way up to the present. All right. First thing we're going to look at is a song by Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty released his hit "Hello Darlin'" in March of 1970. The song spent 4 weeks atop the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart that summer and was named the #1 song of 1970. Aside from being Twitty's standard concert opener, the song became a country standard as well as a signature song. When you hear that phrase signature song, it just means the song they became most known for. An artist's signature song is the song that just casual fans who don't know much about the artist would connect with. Oh, that's so-and-so's song. That's their signature song. All right, in 1973, popular country artist Roger Miller was hired to narrate Robin Hood, Disney's 21st animated feature. Miller wrote and performed 3 of the film's songs: Whistle Stop, Oodalolly, and Not in Nottingham. Here's a picture of Roger Miller. He's one of my favorite country artists. He made a career of kind of writing kind of fun songs, kind of silly songs, and the music for Robin Hood, that's a good example of that kind of music. Hang on just a second, guys. All right, in 1975, John Denver was awarded the Country Music Association's Entertainer of the Year award. At the ceremony, the outgoing Entertainer of the Year, Charlie Rich, presented the award to his successor, but in protest of what he considered the inappropriateness of Denver's selection, Rich set fire to the envelope containing the official notification of the award. A lot of people didn't feel like John Denver was country enough. They thought he was too much of a rock singer, too much of a folk singer, and so a lot of people didn't like the decision. I think that's unfortunate. I think John Denver's music is great. With signature songs such as Take Me Home, Country Roads, Annie's Song, Rocky Mountain High, Thank God I'm a Country Boy, and Sunshine on My Shoulders, Denver sold worldwide approximately 33 million albums. And here's a picture of John Denver from around the time period when he won the Entertainer of the Year award. You occasionally hear his music on the 93.5 classic country station. The main song you hear on that station would be Thank God I'm a Country Boy and Take Me Home, Country Roads. The 2010 song that Brad Paisley recorded called This Is Country Music, at the end of the song he mentions a lot of like legendary country songs, and he makes reference to Take Me Home, Country Roads in that song. By the latter half of the 1970s, Dolly Parton, a highly successful traditional-minded country artist since the late 1960s, mounted a high-profile campaign to cross over to pop music, culminating in her 1977 hit "Here You Come Again," which peaked at #1 country and #3 pop charts. Over 25 career #1 hits, 11 of them came during the 1970s. Parton also became the first female country artist to host her own variety show, Dolly, which aired during the 1976-1977 season. And here's a picture of Dolly Parton in 1977. All right, we're going to move on now to the 1980s. George Jones' hit, He Stopped Loving Her Today, was released in April of 1980. It has been named in several surveys as the greatest country song of all time. When it was released, it became Jones's first #1 hit single in 6 years. The week after Jones' death in April 2013, the song re-entered the Hot Country Singles chart at #21. Waylon Jennings, from 1979 to 1985, narrated the popular TV show The Dukes of Hazzard. In addition to narrating, he also wrote and performed the theme song, Good Old Boys. In 1980, the theme song went to #1 on the country charts. And here's a picture of the show that Waylon Jennings became closely identified with. The song is very catchy. I know all you guys know the song. Just a good old boys. Anyway, very good song. All right, Garth Brooks released his debut album, simply titled Garth Brooks, on April the 12th, 1989. And here's a picture of Garth Brooks. The album kick-started Brooks on a path of unprecedented success. for a country artist. With approximately 136 million albums sold in the U.S., Brooks is currently ranked the best-selling solo artist in America. Although going by worldwide sales, Elvis Presley is ahead of Brooks. On March 23, 1992, Billy Ray Cyrus released his signature song, Achy Breaky Heart, which went on to sell 1 million copies in the U.S. The album Some Gave All, which contained the single, has sold more than 20 million copies worldwide and is the longest time spent by a debut artist at #1 on the Billboard 200. It spent 17 consecutive weeks. It's also the top-ranking debut album by a male country artist. It's the best-selling debut album of all time for a solo male artist. So Billy Ray Cyrus was a pretty big deal in the early 1990s. On February the 8th, 1993, Toby Keith released his debut single, Should Have Been a Cowboy, kickstarting Keith on a successful career, which continues today. It has been estimated that this single has been played more than 3 million times on the radio, making it the most played country song of the 1990s. Which makes sense. It's a great song. It's kind of sad to say this, but to me it's his best song. It's kind of sad when your debut song is your best song, because it means nothing you release after that point can ever be as good as your first song. All right, at Super Bowl 28 on January 30th, 1994, country artists performed at the halftime show for the first time in history. It's usually pop stars. But in 1994, it was the lineup included the Judds, Clint Black, Travis Tritt, and Tanya Tucker. On November the 4th, 1997, Shania Twain released her third studio album, Come On Over. And here's the cover to Come On Over. There's her album. Sorry, hang on, guys. There we go. With more than 40 million copies sold worldwide, it became the best-selling country music album, the best-selling studio album by a female act, and the best-selling album by a Canadian. It is the 6th best-selling album in the United States of all time. So that's her biggest album. 1998 was a huge year for Tim McGraw and his wife, Mississippi native Faith Hill. Their single, It's Your Love, racked up a total of 4 awards from the Academy of Country Music. It got Single of the Year, Song of the Year, Music Video of the Year, and Top Vocal Event. And here's a picture of Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. This is actually from a recent tour they did. They have great music. I really love Tim McGraw and Faith Hill's music. All right, we're moving into the 2000s now. Alan Jackson debuted his song, Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning, at the Country Music Association's annual awards show on November the 7th, 2001. And this is a picture of Alan Jackson the night he debuted the song. The song's lyrics center on reactions to the September 11th attacks, written in the form of questions. Jackson desired to write a song capturing the emotions surrounding the attacks, but found it difficult to do so. The song won multiple awards at the Academy of Country Music and the Country Music Association Awards, including Song of the Year, and also earned Jackson his first Grammy Award for Best Country Song. Hang on just a minute, guys. Okay. Sorry, guys, I have some different class papers I'm trying to pull out here so I can show you pictures. Okay. All right, moving on to the 2010s now. 2010s. On January the 31st, 2010, Taylor Swift won Album of the Year at the 52nd Grammy Awards for her album Fearless. At age 20, Swift became the youngest artist in history to win the Album of the Year. And here's a picture of Taylor Swift. That's the cover of her debut single, Tim McGraw, which I think personally is her best song. I think she's kind of up there with Toby Keith. Her debut song was her best song. All right, from January the 18th, 2013 to June the 7th, 2014, King of Country George Strait performed a total of 47 concerts as part of his official farewell tour titled The Cowboy Rides Away, named for his 1985 hit song of the same name. Here's a picture of George Strait from that tour. Strait was supported on the tour by his longtime 11-member touring group, the Ace in the Hole Band. The tour's final concert in Arlington, Texas brought 104,793 fans, the largest ticketed attendance at a single show concert in the United States. The concert also set a record for the largest gross at a single show country concert, $18,194,374. A live album recorded from the final concert in Arlington, titled "The Cowboy Rides Away," live from AT&T Stadium, was released on September 16, 2014. And then the last thing we're going to look at for 2010's Brad Paisley. Brad Paisley's single "Today" was released on October the 6th by Arista Nashville as the first single from his 11th studio album, Love and War. Paisley co-wrote the song with Chris DuBois and Ashley Gorley, and co-produced it with Luke Wooten. The single landed in the #1 spot in the country Aircheck Media-Base charts, marking Paisley's 24th #1 song. And here's Brad Paisley. Brad Paisley's been one of the best artists in country music consistently over the last 2 decades. So I'm a big fan of Brad Paisley. And that brings us up roughly to the current times. So we've looked at country music from the 1920s up to the current year. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing this information with you guys. So if you want any of these packets I'm using, feel free to let me know and I'll get them to you. Thanks for checking these out. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope we can all see each other again soon. And if you have any questions about anything we talked about, feel free to let me know and I'll be happy to hopefully try to answer your questions. Thanks, guys. God bless you.